Welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. I did a video the other day about the Indiana Fever, about salary cap, about positions available, and I gave my rundown and my prediction of what the final roster for the start of the season will be. And I mentioned that there is one position and there are 5 players I feel are vying for that one position. Now, I do know that Brianna Turner is unprotected, but I still say there are 5 players vying for one position. And that would be the 2 training camp signees. And you have Jillian Elaine, one of those training camp signees, and Jaylen Brown. And now the Indiana Fever drafted 3 other players. The Fever drafted Michaela Timpson from Florida State, drafted Bree Hall from South Carolina, and drafted Yvonne Ejim from Gonzaga. And I gave stats and I gave my prediction. And I said, I believe that that spot will be taken by Michaela Timpson. Now, we all know that you got to get in the gym, you got to get in training camp, you have to see how everyone gels, so nothing is set in stone. But that's my prediction. And from the comments, a lot of you do agree with me. Michaela Timpson has not arrived in Indiana yet, but Bree Hall and Yvonne Ejim showed up in Indiana and, of course, received that Indiana welcome we are so used to. I just have to tell you, this is such a Class A organization. I'm talking about the Indiana Fever. You've got these players coming out of college, and then they get to show up in Indiana, and Indiana rolls out the red carpet. And I don't know if every team is like this, because honestly, I'm not following every team, but I'm drawn to Indiana. Yes, it was Caitlin Clark who brought me back to the WNBA after many years, but starting with the changes this franchise made with Kelly Crosskoff, with Amber Cox, of course, with Stephanie White, with the coaching staff, it just seems top notch. When I've watched the press conferences for some of the players, they just make you feel loved. Kelsey Mitchell, they kept Kelsey Mitchell re-signing pinned at the top of their X page for the longest time, because they told us that she was the #1 priority when free agency hit. This team just knows how to do it. I think everyone should take note at how this team treats players, how this team, the players, how they present themselves and articulate their goals and their thoughts in interviews, and also how the leadership does the same. It's just top notch. Hey, I'm happy to be a Fever fan, and I want the same for the league, because it's just going to help the whole league. Now, let's head over to the X page and take a look at the reception that Ejim and Hall received. We'll start here with this post. It says, Bree Hall has arrived in Indy, with an applause emoji. And you can see the welcome she received there and in the locker room, and all smiles there. And this post says, welcome to Indy, Yvonne Ejim, and the applause emoji. And there she is. It's got her welcome, taking a picture of her welcome like Bree Hall did. And then her there walking again, smiles. And there's this little video with both of them. Bree Hall and Yvonne Ejim made it to Indy and can't wait to get to work, with the fire emoji. Let's check it out.
Comfy chair. It feels amazing. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be here. I'm grateful for this opportunity.
I'm just super excited, so I can't wait to get at it.
Wow. This is nice.
Comfy chair.
Oh, look at her comfortable.
Going back a few years, I recall when I was entering into the workforce after having my bachelor's degree and then worked a couple years and then went back and got my master's and then was certified, did my student teaching, was certified to teach. And I just remember when that journey starts out, you're just like, I'm just ready to go. I'm young and I'm embarking on my career and all the excitement that comes with that. And when I think about this, when I think about basketball and these young ladies, when I watch these videos that the Fever allows us to see, you just are actually looking at people. They are the epitome of hopes and dreams. And we just get to see it. Like everybody has them, everybody has that moment when they're embarking on something new, but we don't always get to see it. And the Indiana Fever allows us to see it. And we all know as we watch this that everybody can't make the team. You know, do you guys remember back in the day? Was it like that for you when I was growing up, whether it's elementary, junior high, high school, and you try out for a team? The coaches used to say, okay, the list is going to be posted by noon on Friday. Did it go like that for you guys? And so everybody would rush down to wherever it was going to be posted, whether it was in the gym or in the hallway or whatever, and everybody rushed and everybody was looking. They were trying if their name was there, did they get? I don't know if they do that anymore in school. So much about people's feelings and privacy and all this stuff now that I don't even know if they do that anymore. But back in the and even when I coached, we were still doing that. So you're just looking and seeing. And so you were hoping that your name is on that list. You know, and then it would back in the day, there would be like more than one cut, right? You might have a bunch of people going out for a team. And so you do first cuts and second cuts. Like I said, let me know in the comments if you have kids or grandkids or whatever, or you're young. Do they still do that? How do they do that now? Anyway, this is pretty much what it's like. They are trying to see if they are going to have their names called. They all know that they're in a competition because not everyone can make the team. They realize that. The Fever realizes that. And yet, what I love about this organization is that even knowing that, everybody right now is a part of the Indiana Fever. Everybody is on the same team. Everybody's going to be shown to your locker room. Everyone has the billboard with the name on it. You're vying for a spot, but you know what? Right now, we're one, we're a team. And I love that. In a perfect world, I guess everybody would make the team. But of course, it doesn't go down like that. But they get treated that way, which is in contrast to the Washington Mystics. The Washington Mystics has been taking some heat because they released jerseys already a few days ago, but there was a jersey not included, and that's Lucy Olsen from Iowa. They did a post on X and it said, first look at the rookies' new threads. And this is over here on SI.com. And it has Sonia Citrons, Kiki Irifin, Georgia Moore. And what's the problem with that? Well, let's take a look what some people had to say. You're missing one. I'll just read a few of these. Where's Lucy? You're forgetting someone from Iowa. Where's Lucy Olsen's? She was the steal of the draft. Fumbling that bag again, I see. Cool, but where's Olsen jersey? On and on and on. People are wondering about that. And it is kind of wild to me. Now, obviously, Lucy Olsen has to earn her spot. We get it. It just baffles me, though, that you would release the jerseys and leave hers out. It would seem to me that she would either have a jersey, but I guess if you already made up your mind that she's not going to make the team, then maybe you wouldn't want to have the jersey. I would just think you would wait. You wouldn't release 3 jerseys and that's it. That's just kind of weird to me. And the fans are making that known. I just can't imagine the Fever doing that. I can't imagine the Fever saying, hey, we're going to release, they got 3 draftees. We're going to release Kayla Timpson, whom I predicted is going to make this team, but we'll have to find out. But Kayla Timpson, yeah, here's your jersey. It's a big post with your jersey, and Bree Hall, here's a post with your jersey, and just leave off Ejim, or you can rotate any of the names. It doesn't matter. Maybe I'm wrong, but I can't imagine this organization doing that. It just seems weird to me. What I love again about the Indiana Fever, they get the welcome, and they're all a part of the Indiana Fever right now. It all come out in the wash at some point, but right now you are welcome. This franchise is saying, and we want to let you know how much we appreciate you. So there it is. Bree Hall in Indy, Yvonne Ejim in Indy, and waiting on Michaela Timpson. I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.